hot and brewed in the Jesus way. And even as we get to do that, I will be giving you more of that. But most important, just to say that we don't need to cry all our lives, that we don't need to wallow and say, oh, you know, I did this and this. Whereas that is very important. There are stories and there are life testimonies that God just takes you from one level to another, that the Lord takes you from one glory to another. You know, you almost look at it and you're wondering, did I get here? How did I get here? And what made me get here? But also there's a push, there is a push, there is a push in the mighty name of Jesus. So today, I want to loop you into my testimony. Get to talk to me. My SMS is still on 22047. Also, my WhatsApp is on 0793267279. And of course, I know we'll be live on YouTube as well as Facebook. Snippet hapa na pale kwenye mitandao ya kijamii, that is on Instagram and on TikTok. Right about now, put your hands together for my guest today. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Good to have you.
Thank
you have such a
me.
beautiful smile.
Oh, thank
it's
you.
It's a broad one. It is a broad smile. I love it.
I feel welcome here.
Karibu sana. For anyone who's meeting you for the very first time, what's your name and what do you get to do?
I'm Dr. Doris Chang. First of all, I love God.
All right.
And, I'm a minister of the gospel.
All right.
I am a leadership and corporate governance expert.
All right.
So I teach people how to love their jobs, how to make their employees love their jobs. And, you know, I'm just thanking God that we are now having even ministers of the gospel in that space. I'm a singer-songwriter, as I've mentioned.
Okay.
Lots of my music, sharing my testimony all over my YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm married,
yeah,
mother of 4 beautiful children, 2 daughters, 2 sons.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to be here.
All right. I love it. Doctor,
yeah,
is it by the virtue that you practiced what is it called? The medical, you practice medicine and medical things, or you acquired it, or how did the doctor came about?
Yeah, so I have a doctorate in the leadership and corporate governance. It's an area that I've been excited to research on, and just seeing the issues that are going on in the workplaces. And you know, even in the Christian space, when you talk about people having prayer requests and going through difficult moments, we can't ignore the challenges that people go through in the workplace. You know, these are some of the things that make us even cry and ask God, please save me from this situation, because I don't know what I'm going through. So my work and my research has been to make the workplaces better. You know, people who are struggling. And these have been things that I've gone through myself, leave alone research, you know, struggling to get a promotion, struggling to start your business, you know. So as much as we are praying and asking God for guidance, we're also doing research and asking, what is the best way to navigate this space?
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Why did you get to even this space of, let's start from here. While growing up, what kind of environment did you grow up into? And what was it like? Did you think, you know, when you were growing up, I think, I'm not pretty much young, guys. I'm old. However, you know, women's space was in the kitchen. It was to tending to children.
Yeah.
It was not going to school to get your, actually a degree will be something major.
Yeah.
You've gone through the ranks of a degree, of a master's to a PhD. Yeah. How is it like when you're growing up? What was your environment like, especially with your parents and the society?
You know, I get that question a lot, Maria, and people think I came from privilege. And what I came from is Christian grounding.
Okay.
I mean, for that, I give my parents $1 million, you know.
Yeah.
If I could give them $1 million, I would.
Yeah.
I grew up in Eastlands, Eastleigh to be precise. In fact, I always tell the story of even the apartment block that we grew up in. We had all sorts of, we even had you know, them ganga from...
Yeah, those places. Yes.
That was the neighbor opposite us. And, you know, my parents made it very clear that you could only succeed through education and through being grounded on God. So those are the two things that I believed in. And, you know, and I saw God doing his work. So I grew up in that environment. Church was there. And even for me to start singing, music, there was always music in the house, you know. And I think as a parent, I've learned so much from what my parents did.
Yeah.
So there was that grounding.
Yeah.
And then my parents also wanted to show us the other side of life. Let me tell you, we grew up in Isili, but we used to go to a church on Riara Road.
Wacha. Sasa I need all my Isli people. Na nawaona hapa mko wengi, wacha kwanza niwaone. Kumbe umeambia wa fans, fanyeni aje leo hakuna kwenda kanisa. We are here tuned in to listen to my testimony. And I love it that my guest today is saying that her background did not dictate her odds. You know, what are the odds of just having you coming all the way from Isich? Walikuwa Isich, si ndio?
Yeah.
And then now here we are. We have Lampa and Getich tunakuona pale kutoka Bomet. Bernard Langat, you're watching all the way from Londiani, Kaliet. And of course, I'm just thinking as we are talking about Doris, people are asking, is her name Change or Change? You know, as it is written Change. It is written Change. But
yes.
Then your name is?
Chang.
Chang.
Yes.
But then, okay, there's someone who's asked me a question about it, and we're going to talk about it in a few, and I love the direction it has taken, by the way. So you're going to know what the changes you're making in the society. However, growing up in ECH, and you were telling us all about it, did you ever thought that you had a mark of distinction upon you? Or you just thought you were a normal kid? Like, tuishi tu, twende shule tutoke turudi home.
You know, I love that question because sometimes when even Christians, you have that thought and you go back and you're like, is it pride? Is it being arrogant? But I love that you've asked me that question because I always knew, you know. So even, and I know my music will get to play on later. I always knew that would be my path. And actually my birth, so later on in life, so, you know, growing up the way we did, maybe I'm older than you, you know, I don't know. But your parents wanted you to go to school first, and then now you can do these other things. So when my dad came for my PhD graduation, he told me, my daughter, now you can sing, you can work for God. And then he told me that, you know, before you were born, actually a prophecy was given. Yes. That they were going to get a daughter, and she was going to be gifted, and she was going to do God's work. Wow. Yes. So that was always on me. Yeah. And, you know, to say that, Maria, that it was always on me doesn't mean that my life has been easy. It doesn't mean that there hasn't been any ups and downs. Yeah, I mean, there have been moments when I've asked God, are you sure? Yeah. Even call me. You know? Yeah. Because sometimes when you're called, I mean, look at Jesus' ministry. Yeah. It was not easy. I mean, that guy went through crap on this, you know, on this earth. Yeah. So sometimes we think that if you're called, you know, it's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be, even in my ministry. I mean, I've gone through so many challenges. I've gone through, even when you're down and wondering, okay, God, now let this song minister to me now. Yeah. Because it's written based on your word. Yeah. But where I am right now, I remember there's a time I was going for surgery. Yeah. And the doctor asked me, as he was putting me under, so what music do you want to be played? You know, anything special? And I said, please play, you know, put my YouTube and play my music. And at that point, I was like, God, okay, now this music and this word has to be my testimony. Yeah. And I have to wake up giving you praise because now I'm surrendering to you. Yeah. So it doesn't mean when you have the calling that it's going to be easy. No. It is, and you know, bado kufinyangwa. Yes, bado tunafinyangwa in the whole process. Yeah. So just understanding that even the testimonies are part of the journey. They're part of the journey.
I love it. How many siblings do you have?
I have we are 6. Okay. So I have 5 siblings. Yeah. I'm the middle child. All right.
Do any of them take the direction that you've taken?
Oh yeah. Okay. You know, I think God really blessed us as a family. Everybody educated, everybody serving God in their way, some fully in ministry, some, you know, even in career. And we even used to have a singing group, by the way.
Okay.
Excuse me. We had a singing group.
Yeah.
We're called the Changes. So whoever is asking about the pronunciation of the name, we're called the Changes.
The Changes, yes, yes.
Yeah, all those who still attend Calvary Worship Center on Riara Road, definitely they can remember us singing on Sundays. Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
all right. I love it. That there are so many things that comes with one as a lady in the leadership.
Yeah.
And you have to juggle between work, motherhood, marriage, because there's a pastor I had yesterday saying marriage is work.
It is.
So now there's a double portion of there's marriage and there's family.
Yeah.
And there's work. And there's you.
Yeah.
So how do you get to strike the balance between all this? What do we do? How do we do it? How are we able to, you know, I'm still in school, I am a mother, I am a wife, but also I am a woman. Yeah.
I think, as I've said, it's never easy. And for me, it has been seasons. There have been seasons where motherhood got priority, you know. I think I've shared this story before. Over time, I mean, I was working, and then I was pursuing my master's degree.
Yeah.
I had 2 small children at home.
Yeah.
And then my daughter, who was a few months old then, got scalded during the day when I was at work. And that broke me. You know, when I came home and found out, you know, that broke me.
Yeah.
So I had to decide, okay, so I'm really dropping the ball at home, but I'm, you know, acing it at work and at school. So what do I need to do? So having that discussion, you know, that discussion with yourself that, okay, so in this season, maybe I have small babies. It doesn't mean I'm dropping everything, but what is taking priority? Because now, guess what? My kids, now I have 3 adults. 3 who are over 18.
Yeah.
There's 1 who's 10, but 3 are over 18.
Yeah.
So at this point, now my ministry has now taken preference, you know. And of course, there's that nagging thing inside you that, God, I need to do this and I need to do this now.
Yeah.
But when you wait on him, you know, and just asking for guidance, he will create the perfect season for everything. So I want to encourage moms and wives and those who are going through it, just know there's a season for everything. Don't drop the balls, but just know what takes priority. What takes priority now? And then there'll be the next season and the next season. And I'm glad God has guided me to be able to do that. Yeah.
Let's get personal a bit. What kind of a husband do you have? You know, sometimes they say when you want to know your man, get to look at the wife. Also to honor the way she's kept. You know. Did he support you in doing this? Of course, this is live on TV. I know you'll put all the flowers on him.
Of course.
But are there instances where you think he felt, hey, hata wakajiambia yenyewe hata mimi, but in direction imechukua? Yeah.
I love that question. Yeah. So my story is very interesting.
All right.
And you know, I got married at 19. And I'm not here to I'm not preaching that people should get married at 19. No. Come on. So I met this guy then, just after, you know, we were done with school. I was done with school. I think he'd been working for a while. Yeah. And he supported me. So I'm that student that, you know, day one campo, when people were reporting with their parents, oh, I had my husband.
What? Yay! As you're focusing on going to study, you know, you're furthering your studies. Well, you're going to look for husband.
Yes. So, I mean, imagine.
What's in chache? And then you are the change. You're the Chang indeed.
And you know, I look back and I think it was just meant to be.
Was he reporting, or you're the only one who's reporting? He was still in school?
No, he was already working.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's older than me, so he was already working.
Okay.
But I'm the one who had just done my Form 4.
All right.
So I was reporting to first year.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my God.
And so yeah, I was arriving with my husband.
Yeah.
And you know, so I look at that journey. Then,
Hey!
so then I got my firstborn when I think I was in second year or third year.
That's about 20 years.
Yes.
2021.
Yeah, that's when I got my firstborn.
Okay.
And then I graduated with my bachelor's.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, when I was pursuing my master's, my MBA, I got my 2 babies.
They are twins?
No, they're not twins,
Okay.
but they were close in between.
Okay.
And then I got my last one when I was pursuing my doctorate.
Sasa nikuulize Doris, yani wewe si mchache. Ukifanya hivi degree,
imagine
unafanya degree na mtoi. Masters na watoi, kwanza watu wawili. And then now PhD. Yani whatever rank of education you ought to, there has to be a child born.
Sasa tuseme.
What is the other one? There is no other?
Sasa tuseme, Maria, degrees zimeisha, watoto wameisha.
Because hata PhD imefika mwisho.
Imefika mwisho.
Sasa watoto imefika mwisho. Ah, okay. But then kungekuwa na rank. Yeah, I'm only telling the husband. If there was another rank away from PhD, baby number 5. Interesting.
Yeah, so he's been great. He's supported me, and that doesn't mean we are couple goals. No. That means we've both grown. We've both grown into the individuals. I mean, he married a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm now in my 40s.
Yeah.
I also married a young guy.
Yeah.
He's now in his 50s.
Yeah.
And we've managed to and for me to be able to do everything. By the way, he's been a great support.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
Both holding me, both like there were times I've had to even quit my job and concentrate on, you know, my education or starting a new business. It only takes, that is only possible when you have a great support system at home. So yeah, kudos to him.
I love it. I love it. There's someone who's watching you today.
Yeah.
That maybe you were with while growing up, and at 19 they figured out, why are you getting married? I don't even know what marriage is all about.
Yeah.
You know, maybe even their life has not taken the turn that yours has taken.
Yeah.
There's someone who is out there as a mother wondering, I really need to further my studies, who's looking at you. There's a wife who's thinking, how are you able to put a smile with 4 children, and mine who is a 1 child, I'm not able to. There's someone who is watching you and they're wondering, do I even get a job? You've mentioned that you make people, or you just put the emphasis on encouraging people to love their jobs. I don't even love I think of Monday and I'm thinking, again.
Yeah.
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 Quite a category that I'd want you to talk to.
Yeah.
Those 4 categories.
Yeah.
Of someone who's thinking, will I ever love my job, number 1? Number 2, will I jungle this thing called marriage as a wife, you know? Number 3, I am a mother, I need to further my studies. I don't know. I feel like I am so empty. You know, when you're growing up at some point, they told us marriage is the end goal.
Yeah.
But then nowadays, you get married and then what next?
Yeah.
And they don't know how to go about it.
Yeah.
And there's someone who was wondering, how have you made it this far?
Yeah. For the person who's wondering about, let me start with the job first. You know, and I even teach people how to get promotions.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what I've done my research on. And yesterday I was giving a TEDx talk somewhere, and we were talking about people just believe if I work hard enough, somebody will notice me. And the workplace has evolved. The modern workplace has evolved. It's no longer about working hard. What else do you need to do? Because you're toiling, and millions of people around the world hate the careers, the jobs, what they've worked hard so much to have, now suddenly they hate it. And, you know, you wonder, so was this it? You know, I graduated, I was excited, but is this it? Yeah, so I teach people how to navigate that workspace, how to get that promotion, how to get even aligned with your purpose, with your faith, with your career. So there's a lot that happens in the background that we need to work on. And if you look at somebody who's promoted and who's going high in their career, there's something they have, there's something they know. So that is what you need to work on. That is what you need to work on. And that is what I help people to do. So they can reach out to me on my socials and everywhere. It's a whole program.
Yeah.
For somebody who's wondering about, children and even how to smile and even how to, let me tell you, with parenting, we learn every day. And, I have 3 Gen Zs and 1 Alpha. And it's interesting how to they even question me, even about, okay, like my son the other day, and he's away in college, would want to even question me about the Bible, because they are not the same way we were. We could never question things. We were told this is how, this is what, the pastor has said, this is what, you just believe it. But for them, they are different. They're very curious. They're a curious generation, wondering, okay, so what does this mean? How does this look like? And I just want to advise or just tell that woman, that mother, give yourself grace. Because, and I remember when I was a young mom, older moms were telling me, enjoy the parenting now. When you're changing diapers, when house girl and I may disappear, that's the easy part of parenting. When they get into adulthood, now you're dealing with, these are people who are not even living with you. They're away in college. They'll get jobs and they will move out. And what foundation did you have? And are you a parent that they can come to? Are you a parent that they can, tell mom, I've messed up. Mom, I'm in this situation. I don't know what to do. And it hasn't been perfect for me. I have learned, I have fallen, I have misjudged, I have I have gone through all that, but also giving myself grace and just saying, you know what, this is a job. It's not like my corporate governance job. That one has a manual. There's a research I did. This one, I'm navigating it with different individuals. So just, just telling that mom that don't be so hard on yourself. Look up to God. Like, God, you gave me these gifts. They're yours. You're the one who created them with this curious, with this, I don't want to say harsh. I want to, there are those that are very stubborn, that are opinionated. You gave me these gifts. Now help me, guide me, just show me how to do it.
Wow.
And the last question was about marriage. Oh, yeah. I mean, marriage is work. And, it's a cliche when people talk about communicate. But one thing I know, and what I even went through, and women go through a lot, is not speaking, not saying, not voicing. And we do it both at work and at home. Men are very vocal. Most men, even in their office, they'll give their opinion, they'll talk in that meeting, but for women, sort of, I don't know, being nice girls, we don't talk much. So even at home, so we carry this at home and we expect, I mean, I will make it clear, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up. What are the plans? I'll stop assuming that
you're even remembering.
I'll just ask, it's coming up. Oh, but this year, I mean, when I was turning 40, I was like, by the way, I would want a party. I would want to celebrate. I didn't sit down expecting a surprise. And then it's been, I think, 25 years for us. So I know what he will not remember. And it's okay. And also for women, sometimes we think we are perfect wives. We think we are the next best thing to happen to this guy since sliced bread. My friend, we are not. He's also going to work wondering, what is that? Who did I marry? But, just knowing that you're both human. So how do you gel? How do you navigate this space? How do you, but just being able to voice.
I love it. I love it. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Doris, for change. What an good Doris change. Sababu, you have changed the narrative of one marriage, a wife, being a wife, schooling or studying. just most importantly, living in your era, we say the answered prayer era, where some of us are looking forward to get. And I bless the Lord for allowing you to get to have my seat today, and just getting to sit to tell us it is possible, it is doable.
Yeah.
Maybe the very last word as you get to encourage us, and then we get to wind this.
Wow. You know, the life I've lived, and you know, when you look back and you see where you are, and you're just seeing, okay, this was a prayer request at some point.
Yes.
And just remembering to thank God. I think last night before I came for the show, today morning, and I was just like, you know, having my devotion and telling God, I'm really, really grateful for where I am. It doesn't mean things are perfect. It doesn't mean there are no challenges. But just for me to be here, that in itself is a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. So everything is a miracle.
Amen.
I mean, I love it. I once went into a certain space, and you know how you take for granted some things.
Yeah.
So I got this small finger of mine, the way you would hold the hand at the door, then in a baki.
Oh no.
So nikaumia.
Yeah.
Do you know, I never functioned the whole day. It's a very tiny thing on my body. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
my whole system.
Yeah.
Like, that day was such a bogus day. And I was
Yeah.
thinking, sometimes you take for granted that there are people who don't even have your hands.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
you take for granted that you can speak.
Yeah.
People can hear.
Exactly.
Bless the Lord for that. That's a very deep word that you said. God bless you, Doris.
Thank you so much.
Where can we find you? What are your social handles?
My social, so my full names are Doris Ogila Change. So if you go to YouTube, Ogila Change, you'll find amazing work, amazing worship music.
Yes.
Yeah.
On TikTok?
Same handle,
Ogila
Ogila Change.
Okay.
Instagram, Ogila Change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Ogila. And so we just want to sing Doris's song right about now as we get to wind this, because I know we have been encouraged and we have been blessed by her. But even as we get to sing your song,
Yeah.
tuimbie ka kapela kidogo ndio tuweze ku get into the atmosphere.
You know, the song that we are going to sing is Umenipenda. That's my
Yeah.
latest song.
All right.
And if you get to watch the video, by the way, it has my whole story from that baby photo
Yeah.
to, yes. And it's just my story, my testimony.
Yeah.
I say it's me sharing my testimony.
All
in song.
right. I love
so
it.
a cappella version.
Yeah.
Umenipenda, umenipenda, ndio maana milele nitakusifu. Umenipenda, umenipenda Baba, Baba pokea sifa.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you for being a blessing and for honoring us with your presence and for just being amazing.
Thank you.
All right, right about now, let's listen to Umenipenda by Ogila Chang.
Thank you.
Very nice.